Well, I actually remembered this time to not have the music blaring, but baby steps. I don't have my, give me a second. I don't have my speaker on. How does it work?
This last line here really kind of spells it out.
Works very well. Back to the news.
Payment process is real time. I read that to mean that Citibank came to the conclusion that all they have to do is set up their system so that they can connect to things such as XRP. They can upgrade their systems internally, but they don't need a digital asset. They just need to be able to, for someone who is a digital asset that might do cross-border payments, to plug right in, and then the money could flow right through something else. That's the way I read that. And meanwhile, I think that they think that JP Morgan strategically has gone about this the wrong way. Time will tell, but here's what the overall big picture from my point of view is. Regardless of what all these banks do, including JP Morgan, XRP and Ripple are going to have some degree of success. And as I've said before, the people that run Ripple and the people that they're connected to, these are not people that are in the business of losing. These are people that are winners. And so what is a worst case scenario with a big group of winners in this? Well, I see a 10% worst case scenario. If you take 10% as the worst case scenario, everybody listening to my voice right now is probably going to do pretty darn well if you're already in this, because we're in at the perfect time. And so that's kind of how I've looked at this whole thing. Okay, moving along. And I also look at it like this guy's tweet. I found this tweet today, and I agree with what's being said here. This is Dan Rocky at Dan Rocky. During last bull run in January 2018, XRP price was more than 10 times higher, and the XRP ecosystem was probably around 10 times smaller. Actually, it was probably around 50 times smaller. The XRP ecosystem has expanded significantly more than other coins. When herds are coming back to crypto, the effect on XRP will be much stronger than ever. And he's tweeting out this guy's tweet. So let's look at what this guy says. Last time XRP jumped above $3 in a few weeks' time, fewer people were involved in crypto, fewer exchanges trading XRP. We now have XRapid in use by banks, XRP payments for online content.
This next bull run is going to scream isn't a word strong enough to use to describe what it's going to do. Like, that's the level of imagine Bitcoin going 0 to $1,000 in 6 months. That's what it's going to be like now, with money much closer to getting in, whether or not those services have been launched or not. They are closer to being able to let this money enter the market. But that's not to say, you know what I'm saying, not that they could do it right now, but they're certainly jockeying for whatever that word is, jockeying for jockeying, I don't know, jockeying for a position to get in the front, basically.
I stand by $8 XRP 2019. I think that this is probably the lower end of what it could go to this year, personally. I'm going to give this guy a follow. He follows me, and I don't. Let me make sure I'm following the other guy here. Dan Rocky follows me, and I follow him. Good deal. These guys put out some great information here. I'm totally on board. These guys, they're talking about how fewer people were involved in crypto back then. It's not just fewer people. It's a lot fewer people, folks. The infrastructure that is in place now in crypto versus last December when all this run-up happened, it's not even close in terms of what we had then versus now. I bet there's 100 more exchanges now than there were back then. I mean, it's crazy. When the thing goes off, you heard it here, it's going to go off like it hasn't gone off before. Okay, this is from X-Men XRP at XRP 33. And what this is about is Visa. Visa is forming I think they've probably already formed a crypto team, but this was about a job posting. They're recruiting a technical product manager. It says Visa is building and strengthening a Visa crypto team by hiring staff equipped with crypto knowledge.
Joe,
and this is from the job.
Would it be arrogant to say to any of these companies, hey, I see you're looking for a crypto expert and you are a payments processor. Yeah, don't even waste your time. Like, would that come off wrong? I mean, it just seems so interesting that before it got crapped on, no one liked Bitcoin and everyone called it, this was before it was called rat poison, so this was 2014. On that bottomed down to, what was it, 2015 or something? When people didn't even give it a headline, like it was garbage. This run up and following bear market has had an enormous amount of very high profile, very wealthy individuals, and I use wealth because that's pretty much money, stocks, bonds, assets, real estate, and a crap ton of cash. Like that kind of money that was calling things rodent poison. Now that money's in it. And this is the trough. This is the 2015. This is the evening out. This is when I forgot about crypto back in 2015. So I lived through this. I'm well aware of its effects. It's just that for most people, this is their first time. For me, it's my second. So I'm seeing this in a whole different light. Because I imagine this is what people were talking about gradually as the next bull ran up. Now that took, 2 years or something? 15-ish to 17-ish to 18, kaboom. That's when everyone hated Bitcoin. That's when no one spoke about Bitcoin. That's when it was just, bashed back into its dark hole it came out of, according to some people, and freaking regrouped. And holy shit, did it regroup, because hello, 20K. Fast forward to today, same exact scenario, 2015. But after they just grilled the crap out of it, they threw an F ton of money in it. So this whole $8 is going to be, that's $8 will look cheap because I think we'd hit double digits. Put it that way. Yeah, I don't know where I was going with this other than put your belt buckle on, boys. Jesus.
On the Visa crypto team, this person will have responsibility for
it's going to be
executing
nuts.
Visa's product strategy within the cryptocurrency ecosystem. The person should have great problem-solving skills and creativity to find new opportunities and anticipate how cryptocurrencies could impact payments. Product manager should possess significant functional knowledge of the cryptocurrency ecosystem and players involved.
Oh, that's right, Visa. Can I be an expert? I want to go to Visa and say exactly what I said. Guys, you're wasting your money. Because what are they going to do? Transfer digital assets for people? I guess? Charge a fee, and then everyone's like, oh, what you're charging for, my friend here can do for free. He can show me how to use the actual blockchain. All right, goodbye, see ya.
Very, very interesting. And what my thought when I see this, having gotten in this in 2013, folks,
yes.
So they were just rolling their eyes and laughing.
Dude, totally.
Back in 2013, to see these things going on
Thank
now,
you.
and to know that I'm holding digital assets and I'm in a good spot. I bought into this bear market and I bought in at these awesome prices. I couldn't be more excited about where I am and how I've positioned my family.
Good luck with that, Visa.
Future. I really am excited. Okay, next, and this is about this was from CoinDesk. This was about when Bitcoin futures market's approval appears stuck in limbo. This is basically talking about the United States.
Hold on a second.
And how it's holding.
Sorry about that, folks. We are back to our show.
It is unclear if or when the proposal may be published for a mandatory 30-day public review period. Until the review period is ended and the CFTC commissioners have voted to approve BAC's exemption, the exchange cannot launch its one-day physically settled futures contract. So basically, they're all just tied up in all these BS regulations and all this. I hope that in the end, some of these commissioners get their butts fired because what's happening around the world is things like this. This is from Sergeant Obi-Wan. French cybersecurity agency grants security certificate to Ledger Nano S hard wallet. So now the Ledger Nano S hard wallet,
the United States is
security certificate. They've been given the stamp that they are a safe way to
fixing
hold
its
assets.
skirt.
Sergeant Obi-Wan says, "Wow, this is good. Yet another country putting forth effort while U.S. does nothing."
Whatever the heck that means, everyone else in the world is doing their thing.
One way that superpowers and countries that have traditionally been where all of the industry and where all the innovation is, the way you get beat is you get too big for your britches like the U.S. has now, and everything becomes slow, and everybody, you got to have a bunch of stamps of approval, and everybody has to stick their hand out and get their piece of the regulatory pie and take credit, and all these things that don't matter. Over-regulation and overburdening government destroys innovation, and you're seeing what's going on. Meanwhile, around the world, from Malta to Switzerland to you name it, Liechtenstein, the governments are taking their hands off, and cryptocurrency is thriving. You've got companies literally leaving the United States to go build and in all of these other countries. Just look at finance alone and what they've done.
This
And it's all
whole
being done because there's
global thing,
there are not overburdens and regulations in governments, and that is how a country.
the global economy is going to be ridiculous.
These bureaucrats, someone needs to get to them and say, look, you guys need to get off of this thing. Let's get it done and let everybody let the innovation roll. It's unbelievable to watch, but that's what happens. These people that are these bureaucrats, they live in a bubble. They don't live in a world like you and I do, where we have to go out and we have to figure out how to provide for our families. They're in the protected class where they're getting their cushy government paycheck, and they don't have to get out there and scrap and fight and figure out how to make a living and do what they've got to do. They've got their secure paycheck, and in a way, a lot of people like that in those type of positions, oftentimes they resent the movers and the shakers. They resent the people like finance and CEO that are out there becoming billionaires through taking risks and taking a chance. A lot of times it's presented, and that's another phenomena in this overburdensome regulation. But it's shameful, and it's to the detriment of the countries who are putting their businesses through that. It is not.
Yeah, that's a perfect segue to Garyvee. Wow.
From Scooter Braun, you have no idea what is coming. Now remember who Scooter Braun is. This is a guy, his talent agency, I believe, represents Justin Bieber and several huge.
I saw that tweet, but for some reason I didn't investigate.
Everybody laughed at me. So out of it I am with all that stuff. But anyway, he says you have no idea what's coming, and of course nobody knows what he's talking about. But this guy has been all over XRP. He's part of starting Raised in Space, which is one of the spring ventures to bring XRP into the music industry. So yeah, I do have Scooter Braun. The digital asset investor does have an idea what's coming, but I appreciate you reinforcing that enthusiasm. Okay, next, and finally, I've been talking to you about Cardano and ADA. This morning I bought some more Cardano, some ADA. It says, is Cardano a sleeping giant? With ADA rising 25% in Q1s, the gains are expected to increase in Q2 of this year. Google is interested. Are you? Now, I want to look more into this because I didn't know about this. This guy says Google is interested in Cardano. But this video, she kind of is talking about this and how Cardano is like a sleeping giant. Finally, I want to show you this. Today, I have created the Vincent Wilson XRP Wealth Index, and I will be referring back to this occasionally as we go into a bull market. I thought it would be fun for us to have a Vincent Wilson XRP Wealth Index. And the reason I'm doing this is
that's great.
Vincent Wilson is.
That is awesome.
In the comment section of most of the XRP YouTubers, there was a guy with the name Vincent Wilson, and he would come in and he had the same exact line. The line read something to the effect of 20,000 XRP will be life-changing in the next year, or something to that effect. Or he might use a different timeline every time, but it was always 20,000 XRP will be life-changing. And it became, I guess you call it a meme in the XRP community. And so I thought it would be funny to create a Vincent Wilson XRP Wealth Index so that we can all see how wealthy that Vincent Wilson is. Right now, Vincent is worth about $6,200 as XRP holdings. Vincent Wilson will become a millionaire at $50 XRP. So I'll make sure that we kind of go over Vincent Wilson's wealth from time to time. Just thought it would be funny. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe. Hit the like button and tell your friends and family that Vincent Wilson will be a millionaire at $50 XRP. Thank you for listening.
Where am I going? I think I remember having that one. I remember having that one. This one I think is new.
Welcome to the world of trust and self-discovery. You are on the verge of an amazing journey to your inner self. So let's take this step and start it now.
Meditation
Self-discovery
or
is an inspiring
self-discovery?
Process. So is Synctuition. Built-in levels, each audio journey has a different theme that corresponds to a specific part of your life and resonates with your subconscious mind.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I'm drinking coffee right now. No, I'm drinking coffee too and shit like that. It's not about that. Adderall? No. Honestly, you know what's crazy about that? Nothing. Gratitude. You know what's way better than fucking Adderall? Gratitude. I'm thankful. I'm really thankful. I'm happy. I'm like, I look around, I watch. Like, people have different kinds of life. Like, there's shit. There's shit. There's shit. So, like, I live like it, not even every day, every second. You know why? Because I know I can get a phone call right now and be like, your dad died. Could he? That's real. That's how life actually works. You have to. Because let me tell you what happens next. You don't worry about dumb shit. When your life is that, there's always something that could be worse, and I'm aware of that, and so I live my life that way.
Fucking yes, 69. I'll make it 70. Right. So how do I do this? See what his most recent ones. No. Let's ask. Curious what videos. No. Crap. I guess playlists would be. Hold on a second. I'm an idiot. I was in his archives. I think business. Yeah. Yo, Seamless is doing their thing. Like, on some hardcore shit.
You're going to be faced with a lot of challenges that you don't have the answer to, maybe no one else does.
If you're not feeling uncomfortable, you're probably not doing enough.
The work of being an entrepreneur is very lonely. There have been times when I have felt very insecure about what I was currently doing, whether I was going to succeed.
The urgency of the mission can be a bit of a double-edged sword.
We're de-risking something that's really uncertain and ambitious.
Finding the right balance of when you need that yes and when you need that no in order to move your mission forward is really important.
You're always looking for the opportunity that's going to get you the next step.
What has helped me stay focused is focusing on two specific things: my team and my customers.
Trust yourself. And what this helped me do was listen to my intuition.
So one of the biggest things that I've learned, and one of the most surprising things, is actually planning backwards.
Reverse engineering.
Imagining it already being fulfilled.
Always keep your mission first. So often that we get asked what our next move is, and a lot of the times the answer
Yeah, this sounds like
I really
a.
don't know, and I could really use your help figuring that out.
Other people's mistakes don't count as your own. Feel free to commit your own version of that mistake, because your learnings from it might be very different.
Start a personal board of advisors that I can turn to when I have questions.
Take massive action. If I'm gearing up to raise $1 million, well, if I 10x that goal, and if I'm gearing up to now raise $10 million, well, I'm not hesitating anymore.
We're all excited about the work that we're doing.
How much does
and
this
doing it in a really
cost?
thoughtful, empathetic way
And who
with
benefits
that is really important.
at the
It's all
end?
about taking the advice you get and the different perspectives you have thrown your way and synthesizing them to what matters for you and for your company and for your customers. So my advice is,
See, I should
don't
go
take
learn
all the
more.
advice you get.
Oh
Hi,
crap,
I'm
I
Liz
missed that.
Lee. I'm the founder of Online SOS.
Hi, I'm Sneha Sheth. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Dost Education.
My name is Aziz Al-Ghanem. I am the co-founder of Terjumbi.
I'm Jamie Alexis. I'm the founder and executive director of Empower Work.
Hi, I'm Ray Faustino, the CEO and founder of One Degree. Hi, my name is Neil Shaw. I'm the CEO of Concern.
My name is Jared Chung, and I'm the executive director and founder of CareerVillage.org.
Network television. Interesting.
100%. Go. That's fucking crazy. Am I pulling it out? You got your perspective. We're in Vegas.
541.
Shoptalk, which is a big e-commerce conference.
Crap, I got a ways to go.
Probably some good competition with content. Missed out on a bunch of filming because Robbie thought that Jason was a meeting, not filming, so we missed out on 2 hours of good footage. So that sucked. And that's it. We'll see what we get out of it. I just think that he's so effective. 100%.
I'm so sorry to interrupt. I'm literally having a heart attack. I love you so much.
Thank you.
Oh my god, I'm literally like, I knew the voice. Oh my god.
What's your name?
My name's Maddie.
Nice to meet you.
Oh my god, I'm literally having a heart attack.
Don't have a heart attack. Don't have a heart
Oh my
attack.
god. I was just talking about you
Gary Vaynerchuk, CEO of VaynerX. I've been really enjoying meeting a bunch of new faces and saying hello to some old friends. So please say hello if you see me. Please say hello to somebody else. And I wish you guys all health and happiness.
So I saw that Instagram video.
The next Instagram, or when Vine or Musical.ly or Snapchat or Twitter pop up, you'll know. Where people really make a mistake is it's in your face. So Instagram story ads are so underpriced. I know. So like, let's stay there. So if you know, you need to go all in. There's nothing more valuable than you reading every comment. So you should be doing an hour of that before you go to sleep. Like, if you could ever love it enough that that's your unwinding, everybody needs to unwind, right? Everybody needs escapism. For me, what worked out, that I keep trying to remind everybody, like, I'm like, this is my passion.
Dude, that is my unwind. 100%.
Hey, I'm James Orsini. I'm the Chief Operating Officer here at VaynerMedia, and I'm here to talk to you about one of our new offerings, Vayner Mentors. It's really meant for mature businesses, not necessarily startups, but businesses between 3 and 25 million that we can help with some explosive, meaningful growth.
Great. The reality is I believe in 3-person teams, ironically. Now, you might have not hired this way. I want a math person, I want an art person, and I want a video person, and I want a written person. So video and art, different skills. Like, Gus can do it both. Some of my video people can't, some of my art people can't. I need somebody who can both film and post-produce and make image pieces like you see when I do a quote or thing of that nature. So that can be 2 people or 1 person, right? I don't want to put you on the spot. What you can't have is a film person who can't post-produce. He's got to be able to film and post-produce. A lot of places have both. They have like film person, that's one thing, post-production is another thing, and then art, like images, is another thing. The dream scenario is 1 person to do all 3. I minimally need him to be able to film and post-produce for these channels. It's not just post-producing, it's post-producing where we can help him or help you. Like, that's what post-producing for the platform. Making an epic video, I believe him. Understanding how LinkedIn works and how long it should be and the copy that associates it, I don't even have the audacity to ask him to be good at that. There's like 6 people that are good at it on Earth. Got it? So that's one thing you got to teach a little bit. How would you learn that? Ad person. Need somebody to run fucking ads. And he can give it to you perfectly. The problem is tomorrow it changes. So Karen has to be ready for, oh shit, it changes. Again, and I say this, meta. Just like Dustin got a voicemail 2 days ago and had to listen to it. I said, everybody listen, and I said, we now focus on LinkedIn. I literally didn't even think about it. So same thing with ads. Like, underpriced, overpriced, you find paper, you know how to maximize it. She then goes to him and says, this is kind of how I need you to produce it. Content and media together. So math and art and writing. Copywriter.
The Daily Digital Deep Dive is a
Math,
one-day
art,
immersion
and
into...
writing. I literally have to pause this. Proceed.
What sort of location-specific things can we get into as a law firm to market over there? Like, we go over, we do meetings, we do speeches.
All you have to do is film this shit.
Yeah.
Brother, I'm telling you, listen, this is all media, it's always been media, right? Like, it will always be media. Like, right? Like, when there's a coup in a country in the last 100 years, what do? They go after the newspaper, the radio, and the television first. Literally, like, when you're in the army and you're gonna be like, fuck the president, she's out, you go attack the fucking media first, then the fucking palace. So what do? You do a podcast with a UK-based individual, and then you run ads on LinkedIn to UK-based people. Listen, as it even comes out of my mouth, I laugh. I'm like, man, it's so fucking basic. But so is getting into shape. You like to get into shape? Let me tell you what to do. You should exercise and eat well. It's not fucking celery juice. It's not fucking apple vinegar juice. It's not steroids. Well, I actually believe in steroids. But like it's not, it's not stuff. It's the fundamentals. The fundamentals of building reputation is to get people to see and hear of you. It can be done word. You and Dad go meet with Old Man McGee, and Dad goes, Old Man McGee, my son's got the chops. You say 2 smart things, you build reputation. In 1 fucking meeting for 3 hours over lunch, not scalable. I say something smart in here, filmed, right? He edits it properly. We put it on LinkedIn, and 1 million fucking people see it. I built a reputation at scale. You know how fun it is? I mean, you guys follow me on Instagram, right? You know how fun this last 3-4 months that we've taken this, throwback strategy where I split the screen. I'm like, here's what I said in 2011, and I was right. That shit fucking matters. So I think the way you can build reputation, people get weirded out by personal brand, right? There's a little cynicism, like, it's a narcissist. Like, I love seeing people talk about personal brand, like people shit on it, lead us
Dude,
like that, and I'm like, it's reputation.
This is what I don't think Gary understands. He has actually been doing and is a perfect representation of how digital brands will develop their what was the word? Reputation. That's all it is, reputation. Whatever you think is going to happen and why, or you just keep it short and just say, hey, this is what I think. Then when it happens, that's your reputation. So if you don't record it, you can't prove your reputation. Actually, I should probably write that down. And I'm also writing stuff down because I'm going to try and actually put what's in the video in my description. And actually, yeah, maybe timestamps have to go another time, but at least I have an idea of what topics are covered. Where they are in here, that's for you to find out. So very sorry.
Time to build a reputation.
Time to build a reputation.
How to manage your time when you grow, and your clients want more of your time.
Right. If I brought you any value in this free podcast, please, yeah, come on in. Please leave a 5-star. Get in here. Please leave it. No, actually, don't leave a 5-star review. Thanks. You got it, brother. Leave it. You got it, brother. Nice to meet you. Leave it. Sorry, somebody just stopped us in the middle of the street.
That's great. It's a freaking llama.
Hey, Garyvee, trying to do anything he puts a mind to. 100%. Let's go. That's fucking crazy. Am I pulling it out? Oh my god. It's incredible. All right, here we go. Never had that scratch.
That's crazy.
And finally, I've never had podcast puffs, so I'm excited hearing about that.
Podcast
I'm not
puffs?
pretty sure. Wait, batting.
That's funny. Yo, these secure alternative. These yeah, I can go through these daily V's like freaking snacks. Where do I need the meat potatoes? Where are my meat and taters? Home? Man. Here we go. Get the meat potatoes. Or I guess... Come on. Hold on, let me do this. Alright, so maybe I do want to listen to this.
You are too young to know this, all of you fuckers. It's crazy. It literally like got me. Everybody, this is Gary Vee, Nerd Chuck, and this is episode 292 of the Ask Garyvee show on a Friday night in early fall. I'm personally salty as fuck. The Jets had just lost to the Cleveland Browns. I landed at 2:30 in the morning from Cleveland. Big shout out to the Cleveland Brown fans, super classy. Probably helped that every other little bit once. I took the first selfies ever with mean face in my life. Fans rolling up on me after the game, asking for selfies, and I didn't have any smiles in my body at that point. So super salty. Energy may be off.
Jeff specifically says don't bring that up, and now you got that out the way, so
yeah,
we're good to go.
Jeff is super smart. He's exactly right. I'm really upset actually. Like genuinely, I've come to realize the Jets are my bizarro alternative universe version of myself. It's where I'm pessimist. AJ will co-sign this because AJ never he likes to razz me. He doesn't like to be like yeah. He doesn't like support. He likes to call out. I literally on the way to walking the stadium, I'm like, bro, I had this weird dream that the Jets are gonna be up 20-7, and then Baker's gonna come in and they're gonna win 21-20, and it was 14-0 instead of 20-7. But literally the only thing that I did not want to happen in this NFL season happened. Baker took a shit on my face. No, it wasn't a good game, bro. It wasn't a good game. It was a good game. Yeah, I'm sure people were entertained. I'm glad like America got to see young quarterbacks that think they're the future of the league. It's very nice for everybody, except for. Well, listen, you guys are both talk, so you might as well introduce yourself. Why don't you tell the Vayner Nation who you are? We're gonna get to the calls today because I think you guys are young entrepreneurs, artists. I'm inspired by you guys so much so that I went into business with you. I tend to never want to do shit like this where like I mix my real life with the content of my show, but I felt that it was important because I thought that you guys represent something to me, which is there's a young hustler, social media arbitrage, understanding the culture, knowing what the fuck's going on, like guy and gal out there today that 98% of them are fakers and will be weeded out, and it's very rare for me to find the real. In the bullshit.
This is gonna be huge.
You guys have a little. You especially, he's good. So like, you still got like meaning.
Why the chains?
Meaning. And I'm obviously making a joke, but meaning like it's such a special, interesting time in entrepreneurship, right? It's such a special time. It's been put on a cool factor. The fact that cool people follow me and think it's cool, that makes crazy. You are too young to know this. All of you fuckers. It's crazy. It'd be literally like got me telling you like, yo, you'll never believe this. In 20 years, construction workers are gonna be as popular as fucking rappers. That is literally what I would tell you. It would have sounded like if 29 years ago I said to you, entrepreneurs would be as cool as athletes and rappers. Literally. So very special time. You guys have executed. So say hello.
I'm Mark Brazil, and me and Jeff own a company called Iconic. I do the business, Jeff is the art. I'm a visual artist. You have a business. Because of you, actually. So, when it started, Gary, I was on the island by myself doing all the business.
And he was the artist.
And
so you were two guys.
Emotional, I was like, stereotypical artist. Yeah.
So what I did for you, what I did for D-Rock. Systematically broke you down from your bullshit and ideology to being more practical.
Jeff gives valuable business advice now. Like,
and that freaks you out a little bit.
I love it. The more the merrier. And
tell your origin story. This was comic book number 1. Like, what did you guys like your girlfriends were dating and you met begrudgingly? Were you better? Really? Right now, go ahead. See, I told you guys were cliche.
8 years ago, in NYU dorm, I wake up at 8 a.m. next to a girl, and she tells me, you need to meet this guy, Jeff Cole, who at that time, I swear to God, for no reason at all, I had a comic book.
You guys had a similar hookup style, or
this isn't gonna work with. Gary's the only one that can.
Only talked over Gmail. We had never even met before.
Were you guys both in New York?
No, I was in Chicago at the time. I was in New
York.
York.
You went to high school at school? You just did like
no, I'm sorry. I was at the University of Arizona.
Okay. You knew her.
I wasn't
You just knew this woman.
And
So you were two
like,
guys.
Emotional. I was like stereotypical artist. Yeah. He's got
So
no
I did
emotion.
for you what I did for D-Rock. Systematically broke you down from your bullshit and ideology to being more practical.
Jeff gives valuable business advice now. Like,
and that freaks you out a little bit.
I love it. The more the merrier. And
tell your origin story. This was comic book number 1. Like, what did you guys like your girlfriends were dating and you met begrudgingly? Were you better? Really?
Yeah, kind of close.
Up right now.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Fuck, I'm pumped. See, I told you guys were cliche. Go ahead.
8 years ago in NYU dorm, I wake up at 8 a.m. next to a girl, and she tells me, you need to meet this guy, Jeff Cole, who at that time, I swear to God, for no reason at all, I had a comic book.
You guys had a similar hookup style, or what?
Not at all, actually. I had a comic book t-shirt company, and she connected me with him, and we, for 3 years, I independently contracted him. We only talked over Gmail. We had never even met before. And
were you guys both in New York?
No, I was in Chicago at the time. I was in
You
New
went to high school at school? You just did like
No, I'm sorry. I was at the University of Arizona.
Okay.
And,
You knew her?
I wasn't
You just
even
knew this woman?
Yeah, no, she went to Arizona with me, and I didn't even do digital art yet. I just majored in illustration at Arizona. And it basically
She knew you were a good artist.
Yeah.
You guys hook up.
Yeah.
And the wake-up conversation for the hookup is,
I
you need
swear
to meet
God.
Jeff Cole.
Yeah, it's so ironic. And literally, it's
Do you guys like, let's talk about this for a minute.
I wish her happy birthday every year on Facebook.
You got to do way more than that, Dick. What the you wish happy birthday on Facebook to people you once were in study hall with. You do not wish happy birthday. You need to sell her a ton of art. You need to send her a ton of art. You need to email her, DM her, or text her and find out what she's into in life.
Yeah.
You guys need to buy her, you need to do something right.
Didn't end up.
That's fine, but it's 100 years ago.
I know.
You need to man up and realize it ended up great.
Yeah. It's funny how things work out because it literally...
Bro, it ended great. You may not be together, but you found your business love. Do you guys consider each other business loves?
I love him like a brother, yes.
That's right.
Yeah.
You found your business love. Thus, it worked out great.
Yeah.
That's great.
Can we make a commitment here today? Now that I'm part of the company, can we make a commitment?
Yeah.
What's her first name?
Amy.
Can we make a commitment to Amy?
Amy's getting the shout. She's getting a heavy shout out right
Listen,
now.
can we make a commitment to Amy that we have to recognize the way life actually works? Though it may have not ended up the way you wanted to or nicely in a romantic sense, she created
a monster.
A monster.
Yeah, I do love her for that.
I mean, but you're not showing it.
That's true. You love it once a year.
Jeff, you need to step up. Your heart or your relationship wasn't bad. You need to.
It wasn't. You're right.
He was in it, and I have empathy for that. You, on the other hand, this is actually your fault. You need to be the one that needs to step up and do the right thing by Amy.
Well,
Can you make me a piece of art that says "Do the right thing by Amy"?
Yeah, I promise.
Literally, I'm gonna hang it right there. I'll make it right there. Right there. Let's measure it. Do the right thing by Amy. I want it.
That's great.
It's going down. All right, all right, so origin story. You wake up, hook up in college style. You gotta meet this guy, Jeff Cole. Weird conversation for a post hookup, but cool, I'll go with it. And so what, you're like, cool, I'm so excited. I can't wait to reach out to Jeff Cole.
No, he called me the next day, and I'm like, who is this random guy?
Like, literally, I love that. That's hustler move. So you call me like, yo, bro.
Yeah.
Are you Jeff Cole? Is this Jeff Cole?
Yeah. Basically.
You're like, this is Brazil?
Yeah, basically. This is it's pretty accurate. Yeah.
Keep going.
And literally, it was, we worked company on company, and, I was always number 2 or 3 at the company, definitely under-incentivized, underutilized, and I always had Jeff as a designer, and just the work ethic, second to none, the design is,
everyone knows it.
And it came to a point where we were with these companies, we weren't really happy, and it's now probably about 16, 17 months ago, we went from Squarespace to Shopify, and obviously we were bartering on Instagram and getting good posts, making a couple $1,000s here and there, but the second we started doing paid ads, month 1, 6 figures, and then we just went on a bender.
Facebook.
So Facebook and Instagram is where the company started, and...
Iconic,
correct.
Iconic.
And...
You probably know how to pronounce this shit.
Yeah.
I can't pronounce my own shit.
And it literally was,
Don't worry.
it was me, Jeff, and we were running ads, and his 16-year-old brother, we were paying 25 cents to process the orders, and we were part-time.
You're paying 25 cents an order?
For
all of us. No, but you're paying 25 cents an order to... Yeah, no, I get it.
And Jeff was giving him some sneakers. So we did our first $2 million in top-line revenue from 5 a.m. to 8 a.m., and then at 5 or 6 p.m. when our partner in the other company left, when that door shut, that was the best moment of our life. We'd go and get coffee, and we'd be jacked from 5 or 6 to 3 in the morning, and then it got to a point where we were like, wow, this is getting serious. And then that day we went all in, and then things just took off on a
Since we haven't framed it up, what is the company for everybody listening?
Iconic is affordable art, starting at $50 to $700. It's all direct to consumer. The core of the company kind of has that motivational, and that kind of drove us to become a legitimate company. And now we've iterated into the NBA license.
Right, you do licensing and original, right?
Correct. Mainly original. Yeah, it was Jeff that did all the designs for the first year, and now we're starting to bring on more designs.
Artists that fuck with you because your cold count is so fire on Instagram that would DM you that, and you're like, oh shit, this is how I can scale.
He makes fun. It's my Instagram account like a biz dev blog.
100%. D-Rock is how we, like D-Rock world is like, whether it's Babin or Caleb, like we found way better people in D-Rock by people that were hitting up D-Rock.
We found, so when D-Rock posted Austin, our video guy, we found our second video guy through that. So basically D-Rock found both of us.
Yeah, D-Rock is literally like a job board. Like when people are like, yo, what's up with, a lot of people D-Rock. Like that has become like a real, right? Like your guy should,
he's our D-Rock.
Yeah, like that has become a real thing, which is really fucking amazing in a lot of ways. But when I hear D-Rock, I'm like, oh yeah, that's like a job board. Like that's how I literally think about it. Though you haven't been able to find somebody from our team. Like miraculously, everybody's finding lots of stuff, yet we can't find another person for our team.
Yeah, I mean that's the problem we have. Like duplicating Jeff.
It's so hard.
We've tried getting junior designers.
Right, because to D-Rock's point, and I don't know if you guys heard it here in the podcast, so I'll repeat it. Finding somebody that bleeds out of their eyes, which is a term I use for work ethic. It's hard to find somebody who is both artistic and outrageously not only a work ethic because there's a net hours, right? Like an artist could work 18 hours, but if her or his output is a single piece of content, where our requirement for 18 hours is 837, that's a big fucking delta.
Like for me in my lane, I want bleed out of their eyes and intelligence because I can develop that. With him, it's skill.
Talk to me about when he became a better businessman than you by mainly just listening
to me.
Better than
me? Wow, I gotta.
When did he become a better businessman than you? On the back of just listening, but most of those are directly coming from me, right? Yeah. Okay, I just want to make sure.
We've gotten to a point now where
which means I'm a better businessman than you.
Ooh.
I'm just trying to, we're just trying to play the game.
Right now the market says you are. As per what you would say, the market says you are.
You got time. You're young. How old are you?
I just turned 33 a week and a half ago. Thank you, bro. Thank you.
There's some gray in the beard.
I know.
Have you found that to be to your advantage?
Some girls say it, but I don't believe them. To be honest with
You
you.
think they're pandering to you?
I think so.
But what about the huge headlines of me and Scooter being involved? Has that helped your...
Things have changed. this interview is going not where I wanted it to go right now, but...
That's funny.
Well, here's why.
Yeah.
Because I rarely do anything that I mix business with on my own platform.
Yeah.
So I figured before we get to the calls, I'm going to make this interview nothing like you dreamed it up, right?
Yeah.
You thought like I'd set it up, knock it out, sell some fucking art. Mainly, I'm making sure that you remember the pain of Amy, making sure that we talk about the great. Like I'm going completely different places with this. Is that fair?
That's great.
No, on a serious note, what's here's the reason I said yes. Because you guys fully fucking executed on my core thesis that I've been trying to shove down the fucking throat of society, and you guys know the same way I know that we're not that special.
Self-aware. It's all self-aware.
It's just, there's a moment in time right now that people, for some reason, and listen, I'm pretty good at fucking forcing my message down people's throats. There's this inherent human thing that people are just not willing to take advantage of this ludicrous opportunity.
It's ridiculous. Like, you say Facebook, Instagram influencers, and people aren't doing it. It blows our mind. Like, we are pushing so hard there, and we're finding other distribution channels now. We can get cheap traffic, but...
Give me one. Just, like, give it to us. Don't be scared.
Taboola. It's a random one.
No, I know what it is.
Yeah, Taboola. So
You're happy with that?
We're happy with that right now. Like, how we're at right now, how the business is structured, I look at it as three things. Everything starts with content. You could do no paid traffic. If you have good content, you can blow up. And the other two big things...
And let's stay here, because this is really why I wanted you guys, because I want to bring value to my audience. You're right. You can blow up with no money, but that will take some time. Correct. Even the best of content, it's not like if you're the firefighter, if you're the next me, you're going to trump me, your name's Sally, you're going to fucking destroy me. If you just put out your first video on Instagram right now, it's going to take a few minutes. It's going to take a fucking few minutes.
If you're authentic, though, you're going to find some people that like what you're saying. And it's 1, 2, 3, and you just have to, like you said, just
tomorrow, I'm going to wake up early as fuck, and I'm going to go garage sailing, and I'm going to make fire content, because it's you fucking love it.
I literally, I watched like 80 times. I want to go with you tomorrow.
Dude, on a serious note, it really meant a lot to me.
This is
First of all, that day was
awesome.
crazy. I just did this the other day. Like, I really kind of did it. First of all, it was the most creative right? Like, I'm looking at my team. Like, I'm more creative when I do garage sale content. Like, I'm doing a picture, then a video, and tomorrow I'm going to fucking destroy it. Tomorrow's going to be the great story of all time. I'm going to find something crazy. That NASA jacket was nuts. Went for 82. Bought it for $1. Bought it for a fucking $1.
82x.
Anyway.
Yeah, so content, and then I think the two big things is, you call it attention, we call it traffic.
Yes.
Same thing.
Yes, same
So, now as, leading a company, I'm a biz dev guy,
Yes.
so I just want as much traffic as possible.
Awareness.
And then the last thing, which people I really don't think focus on.
Oh, come on.
How do you get one uptick?
And there's two extremes. You guys are in sales business. You're in retail, where I come from, right? You're selling art. I sold wine. And I want to give everybody the full look.
Yeah.
I'm actually so deep right now into brand that the reason I go so deep into non-conversion is because I want to be on the other side of just like pure brand, right? Like if Nike tried to get you to actually buy their product in everything they do, well, they wouldn't be brand.
Well, I do think.
Crap, come on. Hold on, let me fix this.
Like straight storytelling.
I'm watching.
Hey,
and I'm pumped about it. And
recommend
look,
that
look. Obviously, we had that combo. Obviously, I'm happy to watch you do it. I have seen it.
Alright, I think I might have to finish this. But this is pretty much
We're big
playing my
awareness,
life
there's so much
out
more to go.
Yeah.
And
so
I think
far.
when you get those two things singing, it gets real scary.
Yeah.
Like when we think about all the stuff we're selling, sneakers and different stuff, like I got a big wine project coming up, like when you get brand and selling down, like if Nike had 5,000 people
Alright,
in a call center.
let's end it on some Twitter ting-tings. Value add. Ah, yes. Value adds. Alright. We're going to bed. See ya.